Your Excellency, thank you for making time for us. Now, I know that earlier I am the one who told you to move to the back of the room. Right now, I'll give you the privilege of moving forward. Please, let us fill the space in front respectfully. Yes, thank you very much. Your Excellency, thank you. It is a pleasure to see you. Your Excellency, President Paul Kagame, Right Honorable the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Lesotho, he was around. Honorable Minister for Health, Cabinet Ministers, Assistant Secretary General and Director UNDP Bureau for Africa, ladies and gentlemen, Muraho, good afternoon. Welcome to the unveiling of the first cohort of Timbuktoo HealthTech Hub. My name is Jackie Lumbasi. It is a great honor to be your MC. Today is special, very special, for we will bear witness to the unveiling of the first cohort of young health innovators. Young health innovators born and bred in Africa. They will be based here in Kigali, from where they will innovate and create technology to improve access to health, not just for the continent, but we are 100% sure it will serve the world. Your Excellency, you are a champion of youth and technology, and I would like to echo your digital transformation message. We cannot turn our backs on the future. The future is digital, and it is a great opportunity for Africa to continue to leapfrog development challenges. Your Excellency, anyone who's listened to your speeches has heard you say this over and over. The young people of Africa are blessed to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to invite on stage the UN Secretary General and Director of UNDP Africa Bureau for her remarks. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Ahuna Eziakonwa.
Thank you so much, Jackie, and thanks for keeping the spirits high while we started off this morning. Your Excellency, you're welcome. And of course, our resident coordinator here, the EU ambassador, ministers from Rwanda and beyond, thank you for joining us this morning. I want to start by thanking His Excellency because I know he's in cabinet and he had to step out to come and see to meet you, a demonstration of his commitment. Your Excellency, it's less than a year when you were in Davos launching Timbuktoo. And here we are, unveiling the second of 10 tech hubs that Timbuktoo promises to this continent. It says one thing, that we mean business. We have already university innovation pods in 13 countries launched because we're trying to bring also academia into the industry, into innovation. Research and development is critical for creating the future that we want, and our universities have been largely left out. So the university innovation pods, critical part of the story, and 13 already installed within that period. And our promise is to have 17 in 17 countries launched by the end of this year. And 4 of the 10 tech hubs launched by the end or beginning of next year. FinTech Lagos launched in July. HealthTech Kigali being launched today. This will be followed by Green Tech in Nairobi. This is the climate tech hub that will be launched on the 9th of December. And South Africa is chasing Kenya to launch the Creatives Hub. In each of these places, we have already a very strong government commitment, starting with providing the space, because the hubs are going to be living spaces with equipment, with all the facilities that these young ones need to take themselves to the very top. So Timbuktoo is no longer just a concept. It is real. and it is starting to produce, Your Excellency. And I know that this country is about action. And that's why we wanted to make sure that once we had Rwanda signing up to Timbuktoo, that it had to be about action. And congratulations to the 40 in the room. Congratulations. Your Excellency, I had a quick walkthrough and I interacted with some of them. Yesterday, I talked about 3 C's. In this room, talking to them, I found character, I found competence, and I found confidence. And actually, I'm going to ask you, how many of you 40 here studied in Africa? At least half of them, mostly made in Africa. The other quality that I'm seeing in them is practically every one of them has a story behind their innovation, a personal story. We have Mohammed from Chad, who comes from Abeche, very far from the capital. And he is now the founder of a telemedicine innovation that brings medical kiosks, to areas in Chad. Chad has, I think, 1 doctor to 10,000 people. So you have a lot of people in remote areas who are never able to see a doctor. This was his experience growing up. And he grew up and he decided he was going to change this situation. And now he is installing with his team kiosks that allow people in these areas to get first-hand diagnosis and then get connected to a doctor virtually if they cannot travel and get their problem solved. So what we're talking about here is beyond just job creation. I want everyone to understand. Sometimes when we talk about entrepreneurship and we think we're just creating jobs for youth, we are enabling solutions for development. You know, UNDP turns 60 next year, 60 years old. By 60, you should be retiring. But this organization has not even scratched the surface in tackling development challenges on the continent of Africa. So we're renewing ourselves. And the reason why you find UNDP associating itself with this kind of initiatives is because we have found the secret. That after 60 years, it took a long time, we realized the reason why we largely missed the boat is because we neglected, ignored the young people. Most innovation that's happened in the world, it's been by young people. And I think this fact did not really strike us in the development work until recently. That we did development that treated young people as if they were a problem to be solved, rather than a constituency that would produce solutions for development. That's been a shift that we've made through an initiative like Timbuktoo. And these are solution providers, and we're going to get to ending poverty faster with this group of people. Your Excellency, you know, the other thing I think that has slowed us down in Africa is the fact that we're not integrated enough. Timbuktoo is talking about a Pan-African mission that goes beyond the states, the African Union as states coming together, but integrates Africa's people, Africa's youth. We're celebrating one of your initiatives, Youth Connekt, connecting these innovators and enterprises with each other. I see Nigerian innovators who want to change situations in Ethiopia and vice versa with their innovations. They want a bigger market. These young ones are dreaming big, Your Excellency. They don't want to be confined to the borders that have made them. You have Rwandan, 7 of the Rwandan innovators here in the room who made it to the finalist. They're dreaming bigger than Rwanda. But all of them say, we want to start from home. We see the issues here. We want to be part of solving them, but then we're going to go beyond Rwanda. Some people wonder, our education system is not, skills that are developing are not matching the market. Every one of these innovations is solving for the poor. These are not innovations that are just about making money. It's quite incredible, and this is what inspires me, Your Excellency, that we as development partners have spent decades trying to solve development challenges. And here in this room, our young talents, minds who are so conscientious. My grandmother was diabetic. So I go and I want to find a solution for diabetes. So in these solutions, you have authenticity. It's so organic, and I think this is what's going to make for sustainability, because they're not wishy-washy. They're coming from stories that mean something to their lives. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to invest everything we have. We have to redirect capital. We're spending so much money on this continent, aid money, going in the wrong direction. I really think we need to come together and understand the power of what we've got in the talent of young Africans. They're not asking for a handout. They are asking for a handshake. They don't want aid, they want equity. You know why? Because they believe that they have these answers and they care. This is the bottom line. They deeply care. There is hardly any one of them whose first dream is to buy a private jet. They're all talking about transforming those lives in the villages, in the rural areas, where they come from and where they have experienced. So the last thing I want to say about why the development footprint in the last 6 decades has not resulted in fulfilling the full aspirations of Africans is that we're disjointed as development partners. Now I speak to development partners. We all come with our little pots of money and we create our little kingdoms, and we don't look left or right. Now, Timbuktoo comes with a platform that talks about a multi-stakeholder mission to really address these wicked challenges that we see in the health sector on the continent of Africa, in the education sector. All of us experience very deep challenges, and we cannot do it alone. We have to start changing our mindset, Your Excellency, as development partners, to come together with every bit that we have and make for impact. We have been going drip, 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 drip when it comes to Africa. When we know that's what's going to solve things is a groundswell of capital, of support. It cannot anymore be about mice. We talk about the small, small things, bits and pieces. These will not an economy make. Timbuktoo is saying, let us invest in the kind of activities that change the Africa capital, private capital market, that create economies at scale, because that's where the jobs will be created. We have been managing poverty, ladies and gentlemen. We have to go from managing poverty to exiting poverty. These young ones will put WHO out of business. and they will put UNDP out of business. Your Excellency, thank you for what you mean to this initiative, both Youth Connekt and Timbuktoo. I think it's a message that you have cultivated here, that we have taken to the world. And we will continue to communicate that we need to start bending capital and assistance to where it really matters. And it is in young Africans who constitute the bulk of the population, who are talented to no end, whose ingenuity continues to shock us one day at a time. So thank you all very much. And Jackie, I'm going to end here and say we're all excited.
I think, well, thank you very much. I don't blame you. I think you heard me yesterday saying I don't like giving speeches. Today, it's not going to be a speech. It's just some fun discussion. Yeah, one, I have to thank you. Thank UNDP and you personally. I have to thank other partners, European Union, and a number of others who are present here. First, you talked about UNDP being 60 years old and talked about that being the age at which people or institutions like these retire. Well, I have a personal story to do with that. One, you know, that first of all, it means I'm closing in on being 10 years older than you, than UNDP. But the story goes, when I was 40, I was actually thinking of maybe doing something and then retiring. Then I became 50. I found there was more to do than retiring. Went to 60, the same story. Now I'm about to be 70 in a few years, so I think there is still some work to do. But we can keep changing ideas and places and where we operate from. But if I retire, still I have something to do. At least I'm going to be a cheerleader for those upcoming young people who are doing different things. And giving them a bit of advice here and there and reminding them to, you know, be a little careful about this, about that, and about that. You know, when you are still very young, you feel like you can do anything. You can climb a mountain and they tell you jump and, you know, you can fly without a parachute. And you think you can do that. We went through that. At the time we felt we could. But as you grow, you start making sense of all these things and want to be a little more careful and then looking at what you are doing and where you are headed and making a sense of all of that. So that's a story that therefore builds around the Timbuktoo endeavors that thanks to UNDP and other partners have made it real. As you rightly said, it's no longer a dream, an idea, it's there, it's working. And we have to put in more energy and resources and ideas and, you know, scale it up to reach wherever we intend that to reach to benefit from the meaning of all that it carries with it. So I just wanted to thank you and encourage the young people here in the room and Africans, that's where it is best and needed badly, meaning the young people whom we have in bigger numbers than any other continent in this world. I think we can really reverse the kind of trend. We can't be an African continent, we can't be Africans, we proud people, values, culture. You know, the diversity in our continent is in itself a huge resource. And we are as capable, if not even more, as anyone else anywhere. So why not use this, which you always refer to as potential. Potential. You can't keep talking about potential for decades and centuries. You remember when we were entering this century, they said this is Africa's century. But which one was not ours? And why not? I think it has always been, it just passes us by, and so this time, this one is not going to pass us by, isn't it? So, and it is in this room, it's in other rooms where the young talent of Africa is well represented. But let's make it a reality indeed, like we have made Timbuktoo a reality, and many other things will follow. So I just took a break to come and say to you, we are with you, we want to work with you, we appreciate you, and there is a lot in us that we can unlock and go and be where we want to be. So, asanteni sana.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, President Kagame. And from your personal story, I guess we will have to petition someone, I do not know who, for the retirement age of both humans and organizations to be extended, possibly to 120 years. Thank you. We appreciate that intervention. And now it's a great privilege for me to introduce you to 40 young innovators from across Africa. These are leading the way in health technology. If you could all kindly direct your attention to the screen.
I don't mind if I wake up with 1,000 and tomorrow not 2 billion. Still a happy day. For my mind, I go still get you 2 billion. But right now, not 10,000. Still a happy day.
There we are, the first cohort of the Timbuktoo HealthTech. Ladies and gentlemen, they are all in this room. You will see them in just a moment. Now, I wish I could give all of them an opportunity to showcase what they have up their sleeves, but I will only invite a few, starting off with Dr. Funmi Adewara, who's the founder of Mobi Health International, based in Nigeria. We'll hear her story.
His Excellency, the President of Rwanda, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm Dr. Funmi Adewara, born in Nigeria, a Nigerian physician and a Cambridge-trained bioscience entrepreneur. I'm the founder of Mobi Health International, a fast-growing integrated digital health company leveraging on technology to provide telemedicine across Nigeria. Our impact is felt most in the rural, hard-to-reach areas where people have no digital skills, they don't have digital tools. How do we reach them? We have telemedicine clinics that are powered by solar, They have AI remote devices that allows the doctor to do remote consultation and get real-time vital signs, listen to heart sounds from anywhere in the world. We have impacted more than 300,000 lives over the last 4 years. We're looking at scaling and reaching 5 to 10 million lives within the next 5 years. We partner with hospitals, labs, diagnostic centers to make sure that we can provide end-to-end solution. So I'm very excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you, Rwanda, for making this to happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Funmi, and congratulations for making it to the first cohort. Our second innovator is from Tunisia. Welcome on stage, Amin Rahis, who's the founder of Dwe Healthcare.
His Excellency, Mr. the President of the Republic of Rwanda, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really glad to be part of that incredible program in such an incredible country. I'm Amin Rahis, I'm from Tunisia, and I'm co-founder of Dwe Healthcare. We are providing people with reduced mobility with more autonomy. For most of us, walking or moving freely is natural, but for 80 million of African persons, it's a daily challenge. It all started with a friend of mine called Reem. She lives in Sousse in Tunisia. She used an electric wheelchair. To go to work every day, she had the privilege that her father got an equipped van to transport her every day to the work and back home. Reem doesn't feel that she is free. She cannot move alone, she cannot travel, she cannot even take a taxi. My team and I in Dwe, we got the question, how can we combine advantages of electric wheelchair, which is really heavy, with advantages of manual wheelchair? And that's why we created an automation kit that will be installed in every type of manual wheelchair and transform it to electric one. The kit actually is only 10 kilograms, can be installed and uninstalled in less than 1 minute. So Reem now feels more comfortable to use her chair and to travel alone. Actually, Dwe is operating in Tunisia and in Canada with our first early adopters. And now we want to expand through this program to a pan-African market. So move forward, our technology will guide you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rahis. You do not have to leave the stage. Please stay up here with me. Let's give Rahis. Do you want me to? What language do you speak in Tunisia? What language do you speak in Tunisia?
Tunisian dialect, Arabic, French, English.
Kiswahili, Sidani. How do you say stay on stage?
Still on the stage.
Remain on stage.
Oqaduni.
Okay, please. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, and as the reason I asked Rahis to stay on stage is because I would love us to make some African noise for the African innovators as they come forward, because time has come for us to meet them. Hey, some African noise. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me leave the stage because I am not young.